Okay, so if you are looking for the best single-player games ever made, you are in the right place. These are 12 perfect 10 out of 10 single-player games that every gamer needs to play before they die. Let us get into it.
When we fight, we face our enemy head-on. When we take their life, we look them in the eye with courage and respect. This is what makes us samurai.
Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch built a samurai epic that felt like it was made by people who genuinely loved everything about this world. Jin Sakai rides into battle in the name of honor, and honor nearly destroys everything he loves. The conflict at the heart of this game is timeless. Who are you when the rules you live by are the reason your people are dying? The ghost is not a power fantasy. The ghost is a wound. Every time Jin abandons the samurai code, he wins the battle and loses a piece of himself. The world of Tsushima is extraordinary. Wind guiding you through golden fields, haiku compositions at scenic viewpoints, fox dens hidden in ancient forests. This is one of the most beautiful open worlds ever created.
Kosenkan! You know the trouble with an adventurous life?
Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2. Most open-world games give you a power fantasy. You are the chosen one, the unstoppable hero, the legend every NPC talks about. This game gives you Henry, a blacksmith's son with no special powers, no destiny, and no idea what he is doing half the time. And that is exactly what makes it one of the most refreshing open-world games ever made. Set in medieval Bohemia with a level of historical accuracy that puts most history documentaries to shame, this game forces you to think, to plan, and to actually learn how to fight. If you want a game that respects your intelligence and treats you like an adult, this is the one.
I wish things were different. Ellie! But they ain't.
The Last of Us Part 2. Nobody was ready for what Naughty Dog did with this game. The Last of Us Part 2 is not a comfortable experience. It's not supposed to be. It takes everything you loved about the first game and forces you to look at it from the other side. The violence that felt justified suddenly feels monstrous. The characters you trusted suddenly feel complicated in ways that make you question everything. Ellie's story is one of the most brutal, most honest, and most divisive narratives in gaming history.
I really hope you make it.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
Together, we were destined.
Uncharted 4. Nathan Drake has outrun death 100 times. In Uncharted 4, he cannot outrun himself. Naughty Dog took their most beloved character and asked the hardest question a story can ask. What does a man built for chaos do when he finally has peace? And what happens when peace is not enough? Sam Drake arrives and everything unravels. Not because of treasure, not because of danger, because of identity. Because Nathan Drake doesn't know who he is without the hunt. The relationship between the brothers is written with a precision that most family dramas spend entire seasons trying to achieve. And the final act ends not with an explosion, but with a quiet choice, the kind of choice that defines a life.
Look, Nate, I'm gonna make you a one-time offer. Drop everything. Go home. Live your life. Or we can just end it right here.
Now tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition. Someone must extinguish thy flame.
Elden Ring. From Software does not tell you a story, they bury one. The Lands Between is a civilization in the aftermath of catastrophe. Every item description, every boss, every crumbling castle is a fragment of a history that was never meant to be reassembled. And yet, players did, obsessively, collectively, over thousands of hours. George R.R. Martin built the mythology. Hidetaka Miyazaki shattered it across the world and trusted you to find the pieces. Elden Ring won Game of the Year for a reason. A world so fully realized, so deeply considered, so brutally honest about what it demands from you that finishing it feels less like completing a game and more like surviving an experience.
I command thee.
For the hero, the only true conclusion is death.
Batman Arkham Knight. Rocksteady built the greatest superhero game ever made, and then they ended it. Arkham Knight is the conclusion of a trilogy that redefined what licensed games could be. Gotham City has never looked more alive or more terrifying. The combat is the smoothest in the series, the stealth is surgical, and the story goes to places nobody expected a Batman game to go. The Arkham Knight's identity, Scarecrow's plan, the weight of what it costs to be Bruce Wayne after everything he sacrificed. This is a game about a man at his absolute breaking point, and Rocksteady had the courage to follow that thread all the way to its logical conclusion.
Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
007 First Light. IO Interactive spent a decade perfecting the art of assassination with Hitman. Then they turned that expertise toward the most iconic spy in the history of fiction. This is not a retread of old Bond films, it is an origin story. A young Agent 007 before the legend was built, before the composure, before the cold confidence that defines the character the world knows. Every objective has multiple solutions. You can go in loud, go in silent, talk your way through, or find a third option nobody told you existed. That freedom is intoxicating. You feel like a spy, rather than just playing one. IO Interactive did not just make a great licensed game, they made one of the best espionage experiences in gaming history.
Defend your master with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost.
Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. From Software made a game with no build variety, no summons, no cheese strategies, just you, a sword, and the demand to be better. Sekiro is the purest test of skill From Software has ever designed. The deflection system is unlike anything in the genre. Every enemy has a rhythm, every boss has a pattern, and the moment you stop fighting the game and start flowing with it, something clicks that very few games ever manage to replicate.
So the noble shinobi stands in our way. Long time no see.
Major Krauser?
Why?
Resident Evil 4 Remake. Capcom took one of the greatest games ever made and somehow made it better. The original Resident Evil 4 invented the over-the-shoulder third-person shooter. The remake takes that foundation and rebuilds it with modern controls, expanded story beats, and a visual fidelity that makes every environment feel like a nightmare you cannot wake up from. Leon Kennedy has never been better written. The relationship between Leon and Ashley is handled with more depth and nuance than the original ever managed, and the knife parry system adds a layer of skill and aggression that transforms the entire combat experience. This is what a remake should be. Not a copy, not a cash grab. A genuine reimagining that respects the original while standing completely on its own.
My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
Maybe that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
God of War Ragnarok. Santa Monica Studio took everything that made the 2018 game a masterpiece and made it bigger in every possible way. More realms, more mythology, more of Kratos and Atreus navigating a relationship that was never going to be simple. And Atreus stepping into his own as a character with his own agenda, his own fears, and his own destiny that does not always align with his father's. The combat is the best in the series, the set pieces are the most ambitious in PlayStation history, and the story delivers an ending so emotionally complete that it left an entire generation of players sitting in silence when the credits rolled. Ragnarok is not just a great sequel, it is one of the greatest games ever made.
Panic does nothing. Harness it. Let it serve you.
Here!
Are you coming with us?
Days Gone. Nobody gave this game a fair shot when it launched. Critics were harsh, players were slow to pick it up, and Sony quietly moved on without ever giving it the sequel it deserved. But Days Gone is one of the most genuinely underrated open-world games ever made. Deacon St. John is one of the best protagonists in PlayStation history, a biker, a survivor, a man riding through the end of the world looking for a reason to keep going. The Freaker Hordes are still one of the most technically impressive enemy systems in gaming, and the story is better than people give it credit for. The relationship between Deacon and Sarah is genuinely moving, and the revelation in the second half hits harder than most AAA narratives ever manage. Days Gone deserved better, and it always will.
Harsh and unpredictable. In the northern Cascade region, heavy rain will muddy up those windy trails. Snow in the mountains and foothills will make the freakers even stronger and more dangerous.
Demon's Souls Remake. This was the game that launched with the PS5, and it immediately told every new owner exactly what kind of machine they had bought. Bluepoint Games rebuilt From Software's original masterpiece from the ground up with a level of visual fidelity that still holds up as one of the most beautiful games on the platform. This is where the Souls-like genre was born, and the PS5 remake is the definitive way to experience that history. If you haven't played it yet, stop watching right now and go play it. Everything else can wait. That is the list. 12 perfect single-player games that deserve every second of your time. Drop in the comments which one is your absolute favorite, and if I missed a game that deserves to be on this list, let me know below.